Let's cut the crap. China and Saudi Arabia tried to hijack world football, and they thought all it'd take was money. Not youth academies, not fan culture, just fat checks and flashy signings. China went first, dropped insane money on semi-retired stars like Tevez, Oscar, and Hulk. They didn't build a league, they built a retirement home. Then Saudi Arabia showed up like the rich cousin at a wedding. Ronaldo, ours, Neymar, sure. Benzema, why not? Billions thrown around like it was monopoly money. But here's the twist. No one's watching, no global fan base, no packed stadiums, no Champions League nights. So here's the real question. Who embarrassed themselves more trying to buy football relevance? China or Saudi Arabia? If you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you would be notified when we drop another banger video. Let's break it down. China kicked things off like they were starting a football-themed Netflix series. They had a football revolution plan. Big talk from the top. Even the president wanted China to win the World Cup by 2050. So naturally, they signed a bunch of guys who were already done with Europe. Carlos Tevez arrived, got paid over $800,000 per week, played like he was on vacation, scored 4 goals in an entire year. Oscar left Chelsea in his prime for a massive paycheck and disappeared from world football. Hulk still looked strong, but wasn't exactly facing world-class defenders in the CSL. China wasn't building a football league. They were building an expensive, boring exhibition match. On repeat. Fast forward to 2022. China had burned out. Enter Saudi Arabia, and they didn't come to play around. Cristiano Ronaldo became the poster boy for the Saudi Pro League. $200 million a year. Cameras, fireworks, and suddenly they started raiding Europe like pirates. Neymar, Benzema, Conte, Mahrez, even Steven Gerrard was dragged in to manage. Saudi Arabia didn't want a league. They wanted headlines, and they got them. But what happened next? Reality check. The football was slow, the stadiums were empty, the fans, mostly online. And Neymar, the biggest name after Ronaldo, played a handful of matches before getting injured. So what now? Is this a revolution? Or just another billion-dollar fantasy? Let's talk money. The real root of this madness. China's yuan is locked down and controlled. They can spend recklessly until the government says enough. And eventually they did. The Chinese government put a cap on foreign player wages. Saudi Arabia's rial is pegged to the US dollar. So when oil prices go up, boom, they go shopping. And right now, oil is flowing, so the money tap is wide open. But here's the catch. Football isn't about who spend the most. It's about who spends smart. And neither of these countries have figured that out. Let's not pretend this is all about football. This is political theater with boots on. China wants global soft power. Belt and Road, Confucius Institutes, and yeah, football. Saudi Arabia has Vision 2030, a master plan to rebrand the kingdom as modern, powerful, and more than just oil. Football is the stage. Foreign players? Just the props. And the funny part? Europe's still winning. Premier League viewership? Higher than ever. Champions League? Unmatched. Saudi Arabia and China are still nowhere close. This isn't a rivalry with Europe. It's a race for second place between two countries lighting money on fire. You know who's not complaining? The players. Tevez took millions and said it was a holiday. Oscar vanished from the Brazil squad, but his bank account didn't. Benzema barely smiles anymore, but he's richer than ever. Neymar, collecting a check while posting on Instagram. This isn't career development. It's football retirement with luxury perks. And the fans? They're left watching a half-paced match that feels more like a testimonial game. So again, the real question, who wasted more? China spent big and collapsed early. Saudi Arabia spent bigger and is trying to look sustainable. But both? Still failing the one test that matters? Building a football culture. Here's the truth. You can't buy football greatness. You can buy players, you can buy goals, you can even buy headlines. But legacy, that's earned. On cold nights, in tough leagues, with loyal fans, not with checkbooks and marketing teams. So, who wasted more? China set the bar low. Saudi Arabia is spending double to clear it and still stumbling. Call it what it is, a rich man's race to nowhere. Now it's your turn. Who do you think messed it up more? China or Saudi Arabia? Who deserves the money-wasted FC trophy? Hit the comments, smash the like button, subscribe for more brutal football truths like this, because next time, we're talking about the biggest flops Europe ever sold to the world. See you then.